Okay.
What is like some overall big structures, things that you like to structure into your movies that you feel like makes for great, or you feel like that you like about movies? And structure could be anything that is. It could be a something where something happens in the plot, or like a structuring method, like a story structuring method. Like the nutshell technique is something that Kevin McCauley recommended to me, and I love that book because it simplified things beyond what I knew before.
I love to always almost always incorporate some type of plot twist into a script that I'm writing, or if it's not a plot twist, I really try to write something that the audience isn't really expecting. Sometimes when you watch a movie, you can kind of tell the storyline's going before we even get there. I really try, and I probably don't always succeed, but I really try to write something where if I'm not going to do a plot twist, I try to really write something that the audience really can't anticipate.
It's surprising but inevitable.
Yeah.
Like you look back in it and you're like, oh yeah, that definitely was going to happen.
Right.
But going into it, you're like, you didn't know.
Yes.
And it was like unexpected.
Yeah. And for example, and so there's an element that happens in my movie Monster, which I think I probably have achieved that. The goal of that, one of the goals of that script was to write something where it's supposed to be designed to confuse the audience of what character are we following in this movie. It opens with these two characters, and we think they're the lead characters, but then more characters that get involved. Mm-hmm. And then we follow kind of like their storyline, and then a third person comes in, and then we kind of follow his storyline, and then this ending happens, and I think it's going to be unexpected, but I don't know. That's structurally, that's always what I try to do.
How do you create those plot twists, or those? Is there a process that you can delineate? I mean, I can give my example.
Yeah, give me yours.
I mean, I think anytime you put a lot of thought and energy into it, and then you have time where you're downtime, where you're driving or you're taking naps or doing like creative, like times where you're most creative or working out, those ideas will come to you, but you put in the work and you toil away at it, you rewrite it constantly and you realize it's not working. You've rewritten it 5 times and you're like, why isn't it working? And you're getting more and more frustrated. Yeah. And then you go sleep on it. Mm-hmm. And then the idea comes to you, or you go work out and then the idea comes to you. I feel like it when you know that it needs something somewhere, you sense that it needs this twist somewhere, or for whatever reason, or you, like in my case recently, I knew that I needed these characters to hit rock bottom, but I didn't know a surprising way to do it. I didn't know I didn't know it was going to be a twist. Yeah. But it inevitably, I don't think in twist. I think in terms of what I know the story needs emotionally, or other things, or sometimes twists. But I know that if it's something that doesn't come to me naturally, like this idea that I came up with recently, if it comes to me out of the blue and I'm like, whoa, that is a great idea. Right. That's the twist. That's how you create twists, is where it didn't come to you immediately. Yes. The harder it is for the idea to come to you, and the more that you like it when you get the idea, that's what makes a twist for me. I don't know if that answers that. Right. Does that work?
No, it does. And sometimes that works for me, but sometimes it would just be as simple as, as far as how to come up with them, I will write the most extreme solution possible in the storyline, the most extreme solution that wouldn't be any conceivable way of even fitting into the script at all. And sometimes I'll backtrack from there. Sometimes if I write down the most ridiculous idea, the most ridiculous one, sometimes it can open doors to other possibilities.
That kind of sounds like James Patterson describing how he ends books. He will come up with a list of all the ways a movie can end, or his book can end. and then, and I've never done this, but like, you come up with or I've tried it somewhat, and it kind of might have worked. He'll come up with a list of all the ideas he can think of how to end the book, and he'll pick the most outrageous one. Because that's how, you know, or in my case, I would pick the one that is the most memorable.
Okay.
You know, or it might be the most outrageous one.
Yeah.
You know, you pick the idea for how to end something. It's like, what? Like, you can't do that.
Right.
Well, he just did.
Yes.
You know, it's like,
yes.
that's what gets people talking about your book or your movie.
Right.
And then, you know, they go talk about it with their friends. You got to read this book. I can't spoil it for you, but you have to read it. And then they're like, oh, I want to know what they're talking about, but I don't want them to spoil it.
Right.
So I guess I'll have to read it now and go buy the book or the movie. And that's probably why he's so successful.
Right. Yeah.
If you think about it. What are your greatest influences? What are your greatest influences? Who are they? Or what are they? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this podcast clip. For notes and links to things mentioned on the show, my films, full episodes, or other selected clips, go to proffitableproductions.com/podcast. Profitable is spelled like my name with 2 F's and 2 T's. Also, for updates on future episodes, follow me on Instagram at Proffitt Take and at Profitable Productions. Consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again. Catch you on the next take.